Hi, Crafty Patty here. I've had a few requests on how to make an owl wall hanging, and this is what I've come up with, and I think he turned out really cute. And if you'd like to make one for yourself and for your wall or for a gift, then just keep watching and I'm going to show you how to do it step by step. The first thing I do when I start a project, I go on the internet and I look for images. And so I found this image here, and you can see that he's in really pretty brown shades. I went to Michael's and I did find some wool that was on sale, so I picked it up and I found this. This is Loops and Threads Artisan. It was 32 yards and it's a very bulky yarn. And if you want to choose another yarn, just maybe look for one that's a jumbo or basically a 7. I found these again at Michael's. Use my coupon to get 50% off, and these are actually dowel caps. And I went with this because it's not easy to find a bead with a very large hole in it. So I then drilled out right through, so it goes through to both ends. These are just cheap acrylic paints. It really doesn't matter what brand name you're using. It's just fine. We're just painting eyes. That's all we're doing. When I finish painting the wooden balls for the eyes, I'll be using the fast drying polyurethane clear gloss, and I'll be using that outside. The last item is just a piece of driftwood for the top. I've got a bit smaller and a bit larger one for the bottom. I've added some black paint to my palette. I'm going to use my straw just to make it easier for painting, and just coat all 3 balls in the black paint straight ahead with the holes top and bottom, and we're going to form our circle on the side of the ball. I'm just going to start by making an orange circle, leaving the black in the middle. So I'm going to use the end of my paintbrush and just dip it in the white and take some off on my paper towel because I don't want too much, and just dot it. I've just folded my 2-yard length in half, just like as above, and I'm going to attach it into this opening right here. So now in your last grouping of 4, you're going to probably notice that you've got one strand that is a lot shorter than the other ones, which is okay. We're going to work with that right now. When you're working on your next grouping of 4, make sure that that shorter strand is in the middle when you do your square knots. So this is my shorter strand. I'm going to keep that in the middle, and I'm going to work my longer cords over the shorter cords. So again, make 2 square knots. And here's my 4 cords on this side, and my left cord is my shortest one. It has appeared on the far left. So when you're working your square knot, just come and tuck that in behind this one and just force it to be in the middle. So now it will be part of your middle 2 strands. So now start and go over. Come back with your right, and then the left over and through. And one more. So now we're going to address the shorter cord that's on the left and the right side, and we're going to be making some more vertical lark's heads just like we did above. So again, we're going to go over and through the hole, and we go to the back side and then through the hole. And we'll do the same on the other side. Again, crossing over, come through, and then behind and through. now back to doing some alternating. You've got the gap here, so you know that you need to do the 2 middle ones, and over again we go, and make 2 more square knots. So now we're going to make the talons that are going to go over the piece of driftwood on the bottom. We're going to leave this grouping of 4. Here's the next grouping of 4. We're going to take the first 2, and we're going to do again the vertical lark's head. So over and under. So what I want is the talons to be sitting over top of the driftwood or the piece of branch, whatever you've got. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 4 strands and I'm going to put them in half, 2 and 2. This one is going to come over top. These cords are to the back. So I'm using 4 and 2 in the middle, so 6 cords all together. So now I'm going to do my square knot again. So over and over and through. That's the first half of it. And then over and over and through. So for this one, I've got my 2 middles. I'm just going to take 2 now this time. I'm going to open them up. This is now going to be the middle. So now I'm going to go over and then through for the start of my first of the square knot. And then to the right and over. Our 2 cords on the outside, 2 more cords here. I'm going to bring the talon, these 2 cords over the middle, and now I'm going to form my square knot by going over and come up through that hole and then to the right. And finish off that square knot. I'm going to put the talon in the middle, open up these two, and now make your square knot. Slide your driftwood through. And to finish off your bottom, for the two talons here, I'm going to grab these 4 strands, do one more square knot here to secure it. And if you've got a short one, just pull out your longer cord so you've got enough to make your square knot.